alleviate that confusion. What you just read is if we go back to the Holy Scriptures and stay with the Holy Scriptures. Then you wouldn't have to read John say don't that, and then conflicted when Christ talk about forgive everybody that despitefully use you and all that. Then your mind wouldn't be in spiritual ping pong because the Creator is not going to deviate from what He had put down.
So the two bookers have to battle that.
They have to reconcile. That's the beauty. That's the beauty while we going, because they have to reconcile all these kind of spiritual ping pong that they have within their own book. Because you have this a lot where he said this, but he said that, and he's supposed to be speaking on behalf of him. Now, which one do I choose to go with? Well, see, you just don't, because that's what they. Well, you see, you just don't, and then they got to make up something. We said deifying somebody. Now they got to make up something because they don't want to drop Yahshua or JC because he's the Savior, because they deified him, so he can't be wrong. But this man speaking on his behalf. So is he wrong? And they scrambled. But we don't have that problem because we have one message from one king. That's truth in every aspect. So we don't have that problem.
Well, the Most High said every tongue and every knee.
And that's why let's go back now to the scriptures. I will say this, as my elder said, because the scriptures, the Torah, I like what she said, but I'm going to add a little bit to it if she don't mind. The Torah was written for free people that used to be slaves and had to be emancipated from a slave mentality. Did y'all hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
I said the Torah was given to a people that came out of slavery, that were slaves and had a slave type mentality. So they had to be given a new way of looking at things in the world. A true way of looking at things in the world. And that's why they did 40 years until they learned all this. And today, because I'm harming on my brother's question, you still with me back there? All right. Are we weak? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And that's why Joel, that's where we started to go.
Yes,
Let's get back to it.
Joel chapter 3.
Yes, go back into the book of truth.
No, I don't mean switch like that.
Hallelujah.
I got the Torah in front of me. Because I like mine.
I like my yam separated from my macaroni and cheese. And collard greens
I
separated
do.
from
I like my
cornbread.
Torah. I do. That is good.
That's
I do like my I like my stuff. I eat put all that. I do. I just want $3. I can't wait to. She gonna tell me something I won't tell y'all.
Joel,
That's
third chapter, first verse.
Hallelujah. Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I say bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
For behold, in those days, look what the Almighty is saying. This is prophecy. Behold, in those days, in that time, Joel, third chapter, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem,
I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat,
and I will bring them down, all nations, to the valley of Jehoshaphat,
and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
And when I bring them all these nations and my people, there will I plead with them for my heritage Israel.
Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Yes.
And they have cast lots for my people.
And they cast lots for my people.
And have given a boy for a harlot.
And they gave a boy, they would sell a boy for a whore. They
And
want a whore that night. Take this last year. Brother also sent me something today. I'm still doing my homework on it, but I can believe it. As atrocious as it is, and this is what they don't want to be teaching. Y'all heard the term pickaninny, haven't you?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what pickaninny referred to?
Yeah.
No, it refers specifically to the little children,
Yes, sir.
to the small babies. Pickaninny, based on because they came and plucked them away from their mother when they were little. Well, not only did they come and pluck them away from their mother, they're starting to dig up annals in history writings where they plucked them not only from their mother, but they used them. Y'all know the term gator bait?
Yeah.
Well, that's what gator bait came from. They used young black babies in the marshes as they hunted gators. Either putting a noose around their neck and stringing them up, or sitting them out in marsh patches, and as they would cry and move around and gyrate in the marsh patches, this would rouse up the gators, and the gators would come out and come after the children.
Swallow that baby whole, and that's how they was able to pull it out.
A horrible. That's just,
Terrible.
But we should forgive them.
that, and you should forget that, huh?
Yeah. I seen a video about that, Lord.
It's
I saw a video, brother, a man was talking about that.
horrible. That's why the creator says, and I will take you again and put you in Egypt by ships, because one of the great beasts in the Nile Delta Valley was the crocodile. Wasn't the shark, nothing else. But the one that ruled the Nile Delta Valley was the crocodile. How do you think he positioned to get rid of all them babies? Casting them in the waters to those crocodiles, now gators. Hello? Almighty, spot on. So when you came back that way again by ships, you be facing some of the same things. But that's why I said I'm going to take them all down into this valley. Because they cast lots for my people. They give him boy for a harlot, sold a girl for wine. This was their trade. This ain't words in this book. These are things you can look up for some of my brothers out there who call themselves Egyptologists and all this.
Yes,
this is annals of history. This is historic. This empirical evidence.
Hallelujah.
Written before it even took place. And sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
Yeah.
Hey, this is my nigger girl right here, and they call other name. Take her for some rum and some gin. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre, O Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Will you challenge me, in other words? And if you do, will you not see this come upon you swiftly and quickly? Why? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried it into your temples, my goodly and pleasant things. People want to know why these nations are high, and they admire them and they adorn them. And that's another reason why they bought in the lie, because they think that nations, especially nations that have had your demise, they think that they built these great nations. And they did, but they built it off of the wealth that they took away from you.
All right.
The Vatican is built off of wealth that was pillaged, especially during the time of the Knights Templars, who set up the first European banking system. And then everybody hung about Friday the 13th. Ooh, Friday the 13th. Do you know why people are scared of Friday the 13th? Can somebody tell me?
For the time of the first.
Huh? Well, let me tell you. Because Friday the 13th, if I'm not mistaken, I know somebody listening would correct me even on the internet, but around 1500, 1600, Friday the 13th, I think in the 15th century, Friday the 13th was the day that the King of France put the ultimatum out to have all the Knights Templar round up and put to death. And that's how it became a bad day. Because the Knights Templar were put to death. Ain't got nothing to do with cats and ladders and mirrors. That's some stuff that was added later. In its inception, people are walking around here talking about, ooh, Friday 13th, because it was a day that they put some people who stole stuff, they put them to death. One thief didn't have money to pay them, so he put them to death. Some wicked men fighting some wicked men. That's why when people say to me, ooh, Friday 13th, I say, and tomorrow is Saturday the 14th. Sunday the 15th. That's why he say, again, going back to Jeremiah, don't be dismayed. Y'all following stuff and don't even run around. Don't be dismayed at that. And that's somebody else's foolishness. But I tell you the thing today to be scared of, and you, yeah, like it's time to throw a party or something. I tell you, fear forsaking the Sabbath day, ain't nothing.
It's Saturday, man. You know I got a party to do.
Because you run around and tremble, somebody said, it's Friday 13th. Ooh.
What's the full moon?
But that's why. Because these men were put to death, but these men had pillaged the city of Jerusalem over and over and over and over and over to where they became an entity that was so great on their own that the King of France was scared of, and that's why he had them rounded up. The Knights Templar, they swore to be a great entity from the Holy Land all the way to Europa or Europe. And many of these places, Vatican City, many of these churches, St. Petersburg, Russia, many of these places, great cathedrals that you see built, they built and they back on gold and silver that came out of your land. And all the pleasant things. Verse 6, so the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto Yavan, that ye might remove them. What?
Far from their border.
Again, far from their where?
Border.
Well, how if I was already here, how far did they take me from my borders? If I'm indigenous to this land, how far did they take me from my borders? If I'm indigenous to all the island chains of Hispaniola, how far did they take me from my borders? if I was already there. And they just rolled up and stumbled upon me and said, oh, look, they're there. And then they just put me in cap. No, the word of the Almighty said, you have taken the children of what? Judah and Jerusalem, and have sold them unto strangers, and you have removed them far from their borders. As those ships sailed, they saw land disappearing that they would never see again in their life. So the Creator says in verse 7, without this being the history, the Creator says in verse 7,
behold, I will raise them out of the place wherewith ye have sold them.
Behold, I need to now raise them. Since this is what happened to them, I need to raise them. And do you think when they sold them far, when they did all this, do you think they strengthened them?
No.
Huh?
No.
When they were doing all this to them, do you think they strengthened them? Do you think they took them and made them strong? No. They took them and made them what?
Weak.
Weak. They broke them. So therefore the Almighty says, I will raise them
out of the place whether ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
And as I bring them up, as I give them strength, you'll start to see your decline. This is what they're scared of. They're not scared of M16s. They're not scared of you and your mouth. They're not scared of you telling them what you're going to do, what you're going to do to them. But they're scared that you will start to ascend in the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding of the Most High. And this will become your strength. This will become your joy. This will become your gladness.
Come on now. Image.
This will become your truth. And they know as that happens, then they have to come on that decline. As you ascend, they have to come down. Because there's never two kingdoms.
And I will sell your son.
And I won't do it. You won't do it. Because really you don't have the stomach for it.
All right. Y'all
Children of Israel never had the stomach for it. And why when he told them, he said, man, I tell you, Moses, I tell you, tell them to go through this and kill everything that moves. Even children. And you had Israelites around.
Save them. Don't show them. Save them. Hide them.
Baby in there crying. No, ain't nobody baby crying. He hear echoes of babies crying because we've been slaughtering them all day. Where that baby come from? They save them. And I ain't making fun because again, they take a certain kind of constitution. The baby, So I don't care what people love. You see baby on commercial, you be like, oh. Huh? And the Creator gave you a command. That's why I said y'all raising your hand. But hey, Brother Aaron is very real with himself. Y'all not as strong as you think. Y'all might say right now, I want y'all to go to Indian Hill. No, I ain't say it. Almighty, I want y'all to go to Indian Hill. Kill everything moving.
Come on, all right, guys.
Y'all gonna get on I-75 for one, but y'all gonna be going south. You ain't going north. You're gonna be thinking your sense of direction gonna be all messed up. I thought when he said Indian Hill, he meant Indian Hill, Kentucky. No, you didn't. You know he meant Indian Hill right up there.
No, you're right. Most people did.
But he ain't gonna do it.
No.
And stop playing with us if he ain't gonna do it.
That's true.
And don't play with me, and I'm nobody, but don't play with me, and don't play furthermore with the Creator.
Hallelujah.
Because there's certain things that don't even require taking life that we don't execute.
That's right. That's true. That alone.
Little things. So how in the world you talking about you gonna execute the big things?
Gotta give you the strength.
I watched the movie. Y'all know me in the movies. I watched the movie, and this little comic, but the dude said, he said, now shoot you. They had a little puppy that they had given them pets. He said, now shoot the dog.
Yeah.
It was a test. He said, now shoot the dog.
Right.
And old boy was like, little dog, little eye well, and he couldn't do it. He said, give me that. Then in the other room you hear, pa! He like, hey. But it was a test. But it was a test to show him you ain't ready. You're not ready.
That's funny you say a dog. You said that she shot a dog, she got 20 years. Oh no, artillery show. Shot a dog.
So that's why Chris talk about recompense. He said, I have to do these things.
Hallelujah.
And that's why he said, I will sell your sons
And your daughter into the hand of the children of Judah.
I'll sell them into the hand of the children of Judah because they on their own, they ain't gonna do it.
And they will sell them to the Sabian.
And then I would give them the heart to sell it to the Savior.
To a people far off.
Of people far off, just like you were sold to a people far off.
For Yahweh has spoken.
Because this is divine justice. And he has spoken it. But I ain't always spoke, so that's why he says in verse 9.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
That's why you have to teach this amongst the Gentiles.
Prepare war.
Because if they've been walking in wrong, they have to have a time of respite like everybody else to try to make themselves right. We ain't anti-white. This is about being right. And they have to have at least the opportunity to make themselves right. Now, if they take that, that's on them. If they forbear, that's on them. Just like with every man. But he said, let them know what's happening to them. Let them know what's happening to them. When they tell you, get out of here with all that. And then when they wrestle again, let them, and when they continue in the ways of their forefathers, let them know what's happening to them, because they still taking advantage of you. I don't care if they are paying you millions of dollars. They still treating you like you are a commodity.
Yes, sir. Yes, they is.
There's still a plan of destruction. There's still a world revolving around you that you will not acknowledge. But for those that know, the Almighty said, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
Prepare war.
Make war.
Wake up the mighty men.
Not telling them to go out and go to gun show next month, buy up everything. The way we waking them up, the way we preparing war is the spiritual war.
Hallelujah.
Wake up the spirit. Wake up the essence of a man that's been asleep. Strengthen a man that's been weakened. Wake up the mighty men.
Let all the men of war draw near.
Let the men of war draw near.
Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say.
Let the who?
Let the weak.
Let the who?
The weak.
Let the who?
The weak. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Rest my case.
Hallelujah.
Let the weak say at this time, when he's been repaired, when he's been woke up, when he's been restored, when he's been given a new spirit and a new heart. And my brother asked me about the uncircumcised heart. The uncircumcised heart. He's been given an uncircumcised heart, a heart that's not stony and a heart that's not rebellious, but a heart of flesh that gives and bends and molds to the will of Yah.
Hallelujah.
Let him now say, I was weak, but my Redeemer have come into my life and now I'm strong.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I was weak,
Yes,
and I
sir.
needed to fit into everybody's conception of me. I
Right.
need to please this person. I
Yes,
need to
sir.
please this group.
Yeah.
I need to please them.
Yeah.
I need to be with them. I need
Yeah.
to be with them.
Yeah.
But now I am strong,
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
and I can give two
Yeah.
shakes of a rat's tail
All right.
if anybody want to be with me, because I'm strong in Yah. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Assemble yourselves.
And let them assemble themselves.
Come, and all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down.
Now
O
you're
Yahweh.
ready. Now you're ready to stand in front of all the heathens. Don't matter what the heathen. Now you're ready for all the heathens to be on the job to hear you speak. Man, I think you ought to tone that down. You don't upset these people. I knew it. See, here he come. Here come the boss. I told you, doing all that talking, like you be talking. I told you, here he come. You're gonna get us all fired.
Mhm. You're right.
Boss come by. How you doing, Miss Israel? I'm good. How you doing? I'm fine. Carry on.
And now you got the other weakling just there.
I'm scared of nerve.
Oh, I can't deal with it. Okay. Cecil Thompson,
Let the weak say, I am strong. But I'm strong because I've been prepared. A new spirit been given me by the hand of the Most High Yah.
Hallelujah.
Huh?
Hallelujah.
hey,
Isaiah 35. See, it's gonna take strength to leave this land. That's gonna take strength. We ain't talking about rapture like heaven. There'll come a point you gotta leave this land. You have to be strong,
Isaiah chapter 35. Hallelujah.
especially if you called to leave before everybody else. Mama was there. Abraham had to be strong.
Yes, sir.
When your might said, come, leave your father's house. That wasn't a weak man. He had to be strong. And the strength that he found was the strength of the Most High. Isaiah
Yes,
35,
sir. Hallelujah.
1 and 4.
Hallelujah. The wilderness and the solitary place shall be glad for them, and the desert shall rejoice and blossom as the rose. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice, even with joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given unto it, the excellency of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of Yahweh and the excellency of our Elohim. Strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong.
Say to them, that's what?
Of a fearful heart,
Huh?
be strong. Fear not. Behold, your Elohim will come with vengeance,
Yes.
Even Elohim
Yes.
with the recompense.
Yes.
We will come
Yes.
and save you.
Huh?
Hallelujah.
Because I know I'm weak.
Yes, sir.
But say to them, strengthen ye the weak hands. Confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are a fearful heart. Be what?
Strong.
Strong.
Now the time to be strong. Now's the time to be strong. And fear not. Behold, your Elohim will come with his vengeance. Even Elohim with a recompense. He will come and he will save you. Then the eyes of the blind will be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. Then shall the lame man leap as a hart, and the tongue of the dumb will sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Look at Psalm 6. See, the premise is true.
Psalm.
You got guys that go to the gym and lift weights because they what?
Strong.
Nah,
They want to get
because
strong.
they want to get strong. They take that football player and put him in that gym and lift them weights because you want him to what?
Get strong.
You want him to get strong.
Want to build bad.
And you take him out there initially, you just push him over. Boom, he just fall. God, man, that boy weak. Or by building him, strengthening him, believing in something. That's why they take him and do it. Believe in this. You believe you lift this, you get strong like this, you're gonna be able to move hundreds of people off the field. You'll be able to run this cattle, and now that's in mind. He has something to believe in. So he strengthens himself. Psalm 6, verse 1. Oh Yah, rebuke me not in your anger. Tell me if this prayer sounds like you or I sometimes. Can I get a witness?
Hallelujah.
Testify.
Hallelujah.
Oh Yah, rebuke me not in thy anger. Don't you feel like sometimes he rebuking you in his anger?
Yeah.
Who don't feel like that? Raise your hand. All right. Neither chasten me in your hot displeasure, but have mercy upon me, O Yah. And why? Have mercy upon me for what?
I am weak.
I am weak.
Am weak. Oh Yahweh, as a result then, oh Yahweh, you do what?
Heal me.
You heal me.
For my bones are vexed.
Huh? Now, if this ain't true, we got to rip this whole. I say like Chris, when I talk about Christian, we got to rip this whole 6 stanza out of here. But this a prayer. Good insight. This probably a prayer of King Melech David. And he said, what? Oh Yah, rebuke me not in thy anger, neither chasten me in a hot displeasure, but have mercy on me, O Yah, for I am weak. O Yah, heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is sore vexed. But thou, O Yah, how long? Return, O Yah, and deliver my soul. Oh, save me for your mercy's sake. For in death, I want to experience you. I want to live in the strength of you. I want to live in vitality of life in you before I go to the grave, because in death, there's no remembrance of thee. I can't praise you. I can't dance for you. I can't move for you. I can't go in your name. I can't be a representative. I can't fight for you in death. In the grave, who shall give thee thanks? I am weary with my groaning all the night. Make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with tears. Does this sound like a person that's of a weakened state?
Yeah.
Mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxed old because of all my enemies. And that's what he's saying. I'm weak, and many enemies are about me. But I tell them, with your help, I tell them, depart from me, all you workers of iniquity. Uh-oh. Christ got that from David, huh?
Mm.
For Yahweh have heard. And how am I able to muster up enough strength to do that? Because that requires me to be strong. To tell them to leave me alone. For a person that's getting bullied on, that would require strength for them to stand up one day and tell the big bully, leave me alone. Well, that's what he's saying. I'm able to rise up against all my enemies and tell them, depart from me, you workers of iniquity, for Yahweh have heard the voice of my weeping. Yahweh have heard my supplication. Yahweh will receive my prayer. And at what instance he received my prayer, let all my enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be suddenly ashamed. But there's no shame in my game to confess to the Most High that I'm weak, in the hopes and helps that he will come and strengthen me. And so when you ask if we weak, yes, we just that weak. That's why in Isaiah 59, let's go there.
Isaiah 59.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah.
I had to use them for reference because I know that's what most people can deal with. Not to take you there, but I know that's what you can reference, you can deal with. I remember the movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. And he came home, he had that army jacket on and everything. He talked about he'd been in the army, and he talking about this and how he was a soldier. And the character threw a pack of firecrackers down and it started going off. And he started dancing around and screaming like, well, He said, I thought you said you would have been in war. And the other dude, he did something, and the other guy was there. And he said, how you lose your eye? He said, man, I ain't fought no war. He said, how you lose your eye? He said, man, we was shooting paper clips, and some fool hit me in my eye with a paper. Man, get out of here. Because when it go down, see, it's easy to talk about stuff. And if the battle was in talking, we'd be crushing a lot of folks. We would be on top if it was just in talking. But like they say, when they bring that smoke, a whole nother ball game. But let's show what the state we in. Brother asked, are we that weak? What kind of people are we? Well, I'll show you what state we in. Isaiah 59:1.
Hallelujah. Behold, Yahweh's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy, that it cannot hear. But your iniquity has separated between you and your Elohim, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear.
That's what's wrong. That's what state we in.
For your
We talking
hand,
about being wicked and continuing in our wickedness. And don't understand that it's because we in our wickedness first that we amongst wicked people. We endure what we endure from people being judges over, not because we didn't vote or march or sit in, but because we continue in our own wickedness. Wicked people rule over us. Wicked people have dominion over us because we continue in our wickedness. And in our wickedness, we will not allow Yahweh to come and save us. Verse 3, for what?
for your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies. Your tongue have muttered perverseness.
You've done all these things that he just listed, and look what he says.
None calleth for justice,
You don't really want justice,
nor any pleaded for truth.
because that's how you talking about, let me get away with this, but let something happen to him. Let me commit wickedness, but let something happen to him. Justice is justice for all,
Hallelujah.
but none calleth for justice.
They trust in vanity
They plead not for the truth. They trust in vain things.
and speak lies.
They themselves speak lies.
They conceive mischief
They themselves conceive mischief and have conceived mischief,
and bring forth iniquity.
and they themselves bring forth iniquity.
They hatch contrite eggs and weave the spider's web.
They always looking to catch somebody up, trick somebody up.
He that eateth of their eggs dieth, and that which is crushed breaketh out into a viper. Their web shall not become garment, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands. Their feet run to evil,
Our feet do that.
and they make haste to shed innocent blood.
I know we doing that.
Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity.
I don't care how many guns they put in your community. Like I said, I have a gun sitting on my shelf right now, bought and paid for, and it ain't even been fired. I don't even know if it worked. I better go home and check it and see if it worked. Because I ain't never touched it. I have all kind of instruments of war. Some of them I do know they work.
That's right. That's right.
But I don't like violence.
Hallelujah.
I don't like violence.
Hallelujah.
I want peace.
Hallelujah.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't even like physically chastising my own children. I don't like it. It's a necessary, but I don't like it.
Yes, sir. Wasting and destruction are in their path.
That's all we know. We can live in places and they don't have to look like they look.
That's right.
We give them the stigma they give because we go in there and tear up everything.
Yep. Don't even care about it.
Moved in, fresh paint, nice shades and blinds, carpet clean,
1 month.
room nice, smelling good, and 1 week,
1 week.
blinds all tore up, Stains all in the carpet. Door hinges, doorknobs all broke off. Look like Hurricane Samson been through there. He said, what's going on here? They moved in there and they don't care about nothing. Huh?
You hear that?
Huh?
Talking about Israelites.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Mama, you say easy come, easy go. Just destructive. Just tear up stuff. Now, a little child, they supposed, and that's why you're supposed to raise a little child not to do that. Don't tear that toy up so that he don't grow up with that kind of mentality. He can just tear stuff up. Because you don't tear things up. You take care of, you're appreciative of things.
That's right.
But the Almighty says, this is the kind of people you're dealing with. What he say again?
Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity.
Just think about doing wrong things.
Wasting and destruction.
Wasting and destruction. Wasting and destruction.
Are in their path.
Wasting and they waste stuff.
Waste everything.
There are people that wish they had with a little bit of what you have. And they just waste. I give them stuff and they just waste it like it ain't nothing. Like I'm supposed to just give it to them.
Right.
I give it to them out of my mercy. And they just waste it. People give, people think, and they just waste it.
Right.
I've done it. Who haven't done it? Who haven't wasted something? Wasted opportunities.
Waste.
Wasted thing people give it to you. Like it's just, oh, that's just supposed to happen to me.
Right.
It's not just supposed to happen to you.
That's right.
When it happens, you have to cherish it.
Go ahead.
Come on now. I'm going to waste this time.
Wasting and destruction is in their highways.
The way of peace, they know not.
Come on, let's confess. Because in a couple of days, we got to confess.
Yes, sir.
So that's not wait. We might well get started right now, get in the spirit of it.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I'm not ashamed to do it.
That's right.
This is the season. The way of peace.
They know not.
They don't even know it.
And
They ain't
then-
content unless it's some hell.
Yes,
You live in
sir.
some communities, and that's why they ain't, because it can't be peace. You live with some people, you can't live with them because they ain't content unless it's some mess.
Something got to go on. They can't sleep right unless there's some trouble going on.
The way of peace, they know not.
And there is no judgment in their going.
Yes, see, because this, yes. See, this is why they won't have me in no forums. And then to carry the word of the Almighty. But we ain't going to teach it opposite. They want to say, let's deal with what the people doing to us first, and then we deal with what we doing. No, that's backwards.
That's right.
Let's deal with what we doing first. Then we can deal with them.
Hallelujah. Get ourselves on the right page.
Look at all this that's wrong with us. There is no judgment in their goings.
They have made them crooked paths.
We made crooked paths.
Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace.
They don't know peace.
Therefore is judgment far from us.
And we holler about injustice and not getting proper judgment, but judgment is far from us because we don't want it. We don't want it.
That's right.
Don't even know what it look like.
Neither do justice overtake us.
Justice don't overtake us.
We wait for light, but behold, obscurity for brightness. But we walk in darkness.
This us. This us right now.
Yes, sir.
We grope for a wall. We grope for a wall. Like a what?
Like the blind. And we grope as if we have no eyes.
This how we walk through life. We don't walk through life like this. We walk through life. Go ahead.
We stumble at noonday, as in the night. We are in desolate places as dead men.
And like I said, it comes a time where you start talking about myself, because some might hear this and be like, I'm doing all right.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
doing fine.
Yes, sir.
I'm making it.
Yes, sir.
Well, there comes a time it stop being and ceases to be about you, and be about us.
Hallelujah.
And that's what he's talking about here.
We roar all like bears and mourn sore like doves.
That's what I said. We rise up, man. We pop up like they did when the sister initially got down there. If she go to jail, we all going to jail like bears. We all going. That judge hit that gavel, said 6 months. Them bears turned to little doves. And they drug out them bears, they just metamorphosized right in front of their eyes in the little dove. Transformed. Where the bears at? I thought everybody was roaring them. Man, where they at? They gone.
That's true. That
They gone.
We look for judgment, but there is none.
10 years. But she's gonna probably do 5.
They said Texas law should do 5.
And the way the pen of the scribes are, believe you me, they get ready to go in that back room and find something in one of them law books that can get that 5 reduced down to 2.5 and probation. Especially if she be a good girl. Like they did that one young lady. That's why they changed her hair color.
Yes, she went high blonde.
She went blonde. That ain't her natural color. They changed her hair color.
She did it for a reason.
Like they did, and she did it for a reason. Like the judge told one young lady about 2 years ago, 2 years ago, when he came time to sentence her, they found her guilty, but he came time to sentence her to do time, and he said she get probation. And everybody was like, what? And he said, because she's too pretty to go to jail.
Y'all remember that?
So she gonna do 5, and like I said, they busy right now trying to come up with something. The rest of her pretty little head, you'll probably be out in 2.5 with probation. And if we can shorten it and keep it under wrap, we'll get you out quicker than that.
We're gonna let some of them sisters get on. Yeah, but no.
We look for judgment, but there is none.
For salvation, but it is far off from us.
Because everybody was rejoicing that she was found guilty. And I told my sons then when we heard it, because we listened to it, and I told them, I said, yes, she found guilty. I said, well, hold your horses. Yeah. Hold your horses. And you talking about with a black judge. This is what I'm saying. It's not about color. This is a black judge. Jury majority black. The prosecutors of the case, black. Everything seemed to be the cards in your hands. But this was the judgment that you received. Now, if that was a black person, you better believe, that 10 would have had another 0 behind it.
They say the FOP gave her a huge donation.
Oh yeah, they've collected, they raised money for it. And y'all might say, but there is none for salvation.
For our transgression.
But there is none. For salvation, we look for it, but it's far from us. I gotta say this, if someone's watching, because they roar like bears too. But this is what I always ask them, and I don't have to hide, I don't have to trump card it, because they'll never be able to come with a good answer. For all the people that discount the scriptures, for all the people that discount the word of the Almighty. in our community. For all the people that don't want to have nothing to do with these scriptures. And I'm talking about Yah's word, not the New Testament. Let me ask you. You give me the reason and then why all this is happening to you. You pull out of the Quran why all this is happening to you. You pull out the book of the coming forth by day why this is happening to you. You pull out all your Pan-African books why this is happening to you. I can justify and tell you why. And it's manifesting itself in truth why this is happening to us. But your book don't discuss any of this. Your belief systems don't touch any of this. On the walls of Thebes, on the walls of Karnak, on the walls of Al-Amarna, on the walls of any of your Egyptian relief, it don't have a single word about you facing injustice at the hand of your enemy. You should be in your own land. You should still be ruling. You should still be king and queens. So what happened to you? I'll tell you what happened to you. You forsaken the Holy One of Israel. And we continue in transgression. And as he said, for our transgressions are multiplied before Yah, and our sins every day testify against us. For our transgressions are with us. They ain't went nowhere. And as for our iniquities, we know them. In transgressing and denying Yah, and departing away from our Elohim, speaking oppression and revolt against each other, conceiving and uttering from the heart words of falsehood. As a result, judgment is turned away backward, and justice stands afar off. Truth is fallen. Truth is fallen in the streets. And equity or fairness, it cannot even enter. Yes, truth has fallen. And he that depart from evil, when you try to get right, when you're trying to get back on the right track,
Yes,
when you're trying to do the right thing,
yes,
when you're trying to live the right way,
yes,
when you're trying to live the truthful way,
yeah.
he that depart from evil is even accounted as a mad person. You crazy.
Yeah.
You stupid.
Yeah.
You this. You that. Something wrong with you. And Yah saw it. And it displeased him that there was no judgment. And he saw that there was no man. And he wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore, his arm brought salvation unto him. His righteousness is sustain him. He's gonna, in other words, he's gonna have to be his own warrior.
Hallelujah.
For he put on righteousness as a breastplate and a helmet of salvation upon his head. He put on the garments of vengeance for clothing and was clad with the zeal as a cloak. And according to their deeds, accordingly he will repay fury to his adversaries, all his adversaries, and recompense to his enemies. To the Allens he will repay recompense. And when he does that, then when he moves, so shall they fear the name of Yah from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, meaning the east. And when the enemy will come in like a flood, once they learn to fear. And somebody, I heard him teaching, he said, what we need is just love. We need love. We need love. Matter of fact, it was old John that wrote in his letter. He said, all you need is love. And he said, you're not to fear. He said, you need love of God. That's what he wrote in that letter. But to hear the Creator says, so shall they what?
Fear
Fear.
the name of
Because you
Yahweh.
need good fear. Love is love, but you need some good fear.
Hallelujah.
Huh?
Hallelujah.
You love him, but you should fear losing. Y'all didn't hear that. Did you?
Yeah.
I said, if you have a good man, you love him, but you should fear losing him.
Yes, indeed.
You got a good woman, you love him,
Yes.
but you should fear losing her.
Hallelujah.
That's what's going to motivate you to
Hallelujah.
maintain being a good person.
That's right.
Because if you don't fear losing, I'm leaving. They go right to the door of the suitcase. I'm leaving. I thought you said you were leaving. You need fear. And that's what he said they're going to come to know. Everybody going to come to know the fear of Yah. Even his people going to come to know it so that they can get themselves right. And when they get themselves right, then look what he promised. And when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yah, the spirit of Yah will put the enemy to what? To flight. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that have turned from transgression in Yaakov, unto them that have circumcised their heart and got away from that stony heart. You can't tell me I ain't. As for me, says Yah, this is my covenant with them. My spirit that is upon you and my words which I have put in your mouth will not depart out of your mouth, nor out of the mouth of your seed, nor out of the mouth of your seed, says Yahweh, from this time even forever.
Hallelujah.
So here's what kind of people we are. What kind of people the Almighty is going to make us to be. But right now, we in that pitiful, sad shape. That's where we are. We that weak. Yes, we are that weak. I know, I wish I could have told you the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
The black man.
The goat.
You know, yeah, you greatest all. I know you wish and was thinking that and I can direct you to some classes that's still probably going on, and they'll teach you that. But I'm charged with telling you just absolute truth to your question. Because in the long run, that's the only thing that can help us. And that's why I said I accept it. I accept my infallibilities, because then I recognize what I need to work on, that I might get better. As they sing down in Georgia, my help, all of my help come from
Yahweh.
Yah.
Hallelujah.
Any comment?
Hallelujah.
What's your question, man?
My brother, yeah, my brother, what you think? Nah, my other brother. What you think?
Almost like
Huh?
we are laughing
can stack up all the nations. Everybody sees things and they kind of wonder why.
Well, you do laugh at
Justified by,
people do laugh at the weak.
and they're laughing hard. I had a chance to sit down with a young lady from Ghana. She said, "Why do you put up with this? Why do you put up with such foolishness? It seems like our hands are always tied. Somebody spit in your face, and you drop your head, and kind of walk off in shame, you know? It's kind of embarrassing when you sit down and you think about it, because we give too much. Maybe I'm wrong for it. I was told that I'm angry. I said, well, hell, don't you think we should be angry? I mean, you get beat up every day of your life, you're dying in the streets, you're starving, they got you at the bottom of the pecking order, and we don't seem to understand that enough is enough.
Well, we don't understand that enough is enough. And now that's why I said, what did you think? We don't seem to understand that enough is enough, because apparently it's not, because we continue on with these atrocities in our own lives.
You know, when you see it in your face,
Yes.
day to day.
See, the crux for this is, and the crux for the Almighty book is, this is, and a lot of people need to understand what I'm saying. But it's like Alicia used to say. You say, you have a father, and he have a whip or a belt, and he whip you with the belt to chastise you. But as soon as he done bringing you in line with him, he discards that belt. Every captivity of the children of Israel, I want people to hear me good.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Every
sir.
captivity of the children of Israel have been a belt in the hand of Yah. Where the child is doing good, there's no need for the belt. And once the child comes in alignment with the will of his father, there's no need for the belt. The problem is not. Now I can understand everything that happens. I see what people live, but the problem is not wholeheartedly with others. The problem, and men, all men, this is why I taught this all morning long. This is why we've been teaching this. This is why I said admit your weaknesses so you can get better. Because the problem is not with others.
That's right.
Your life, your universe is eventually in your hands.
That's right. Hallelujah.
It's eventually what you control.
Yes, sir.
Another man's opinion of you is that man's opinion of you.
That's right.
What another man think about you is what another man think about you. He don't know me. He don't go home with me. He don't dwell with me. Even when I make a mistake, that's somebody's opinion about me. That is not my reality. My reality is defined by me and my Creator.
That's
And
right.
my Creator, as this man had wrote, manifest destiny. My manifest destiny is with my Father and with what I'm going to do, with what He has given me to work with.
That's
Now,
right.
shame on me if I don't take advantage of His knowledge, His wisdom, His understanding, His mercy, His loving kindness, His grace that He has showed me
In my life. That's right.
to take me where He will for me to go, which is to the highest heights.
Yes, sir.
That's why He didn't tell everybody else, you are B'nai Elohim, son of Elohim. He told that to me and my Father.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
But if I don't walk in it, then it don't mean a hill of beans.
That's right.
But the day I start walking in it,
Okay.
I'm not worried about any Gentile.
None. Go ahead, all right.
Any Gentile. Because they cease to be a big factor in my life. And I don't have to vote them. I don't have to march against them. I don't have to call them ignorant names and insults. I walk with angels. I walk with the Father. And I got all power, as the name Israel said. He who have power with Yah and with man and have prevailed.
Hallelujah. Yes, That's right.
I start using them.
Stand up, Israel.
That is the recipe right there.
But if you will not walk in glory, if you will not get up, the whole book is telling us that. The valley of the dry bones. That's dead people. Them bones.
Yes,
He
sir.
said, can they live?
Yeah.
I don't know. Tell me, y'all.
Can they live?
And I spoke to them. Speak to them, prophesy to them. And they stood up. Bone. Bone to bone. Now send you. Now breath. Breathe breath into them. They stood up in exceeding great arms.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
But if you don't never think you can, then you won't. You don't never think you are. You cease to be.
That's right. That's right.
I hope they listening out there.
I lived the life what I thought about somebody else and what they thought about me. Them days is gone.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
For sure, we're gonna talk about
They
that.
gone. All men. And when I say all men, all men. I concern myself, not saying I'm perfect, but I concern myself in my walk with my Father. And everything else is going to take care of everything else.
Hallelujah.
Our people give this man power over them
Yes,
that
they
he
do.
don't deserve.
Yes, they do.
That he don't deserve. As I asked my brothers and sisters again, going back to the Egyptologists, how the rat come in the house and take the house from the house owner? Except you give it to him.
All right.
When I find a rat in my house, I'm unleashing holy hell on him. Every trap, every bomb, every gun, whatever it takes to blow him out of that house, I'm gonna blow him out of there.
Hallelujah.
Only way he take over unless I relinquish power over to him.
Yes,
He the
sir.
lower form.
So you said he gonna think twice before you come back.
He going. He ain't thinking nothing because he's going.
His baby, they going to.
They going too.
All of them. Get out.
They have no room in my reality.
No,
No.
he do give him a lot of power. That's back there. So we don't like John. What you doing?
This knowledge,
Back there.
and we're gonna this message of the Almighty. That's why saving grace. It can help kids if given to it. It can help kids that bully.
Yes.
If given a good dose of this. Like I said, when I was young and had my inadequacies, and my mother noticed it. I remember like yesterday, the day she pulled me aside. And she said, why are you walking with your head down? And I went into my spiel. She said, I tell you what. She said, next time I catch you walking with your head down, you won't have to worry about it. Yeah. I'm going to take it right off your shoulder. I said, what?
Well, you better
And
stand
the way I
up.
feared my mother, I said, I said, even though I do it, I won't be doing it around her. I said, what?
You might take it off
So you
easy.
didn't leave nothing down there.
But like they don't mean nothing. You concern yourself with what you do. And as she said, now if you're doing wrong, you got something to be shameful for. She said, but if you walking right, you ain't got nothing to be ashamed of.
Hallelujah.
This glory time.
Yes, sir.
That's why I tell them, wear these fringes
Hallelujah.
every day. This glory time. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You seen and heard it. Them that don't. People trying to talk, they think you create some kind of new fad. I won't pair them. Where did I get some of them at? And we won't walk around and divest it. Man, these kingly apparel, these kingly. I ain't saying nothing, but I'm saying something.
Hallelujah.
Any other comment?
Hallelujah.
You better give we better give the glory and the power to the one who belongs to it. That's the Most High Yah. Daniel did. Daniel darn near ruled in the kingdom. Joseph did. Joseph darn near ruled. Pharaoh told him, ain't nobody in here higher than you except me. When I'm on the throne. When I'm on the throne. When I'm on the throne. Now, when I ain't on the throne and we just kicking it, I ain't even higher than you, Joseph. I need you to tell me what's happening, baby. But when I'm on the throne, we got to put up the look that, I'm still the big man throne. Okay, I got you, Kenny. Oh, Father, live forever. Okay. When he got on the throne, Pharaoh was like, what you say about that the other day, Daniel? And he did what? Oh, go to school. Write that down. Man, why you ain't right? He hung on to him. Not only Daniel as well, the 3 Hebrew boys. This ain't hocus pocus. It's laid out for you and I. Let him that's weak say,
I am strong.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
No comments?
If you knock that one out the park. I must say.
Hallelujah.
The Almighty did. The Almighty did. As they say in the churches, the Almighty showed up and showed out. Did you go for your ride, sister?
But that's why I asked if they feel that they question. It's gonna get worse than this.
If there's no other comments from nobody, let us stand. All praise be to Yah. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. For desiring to be with us. Give us this understanding to help us to strengthen us, to show us the right way. For we have walked so long in confusion. We have dealt so long in disarray. We have been so long without the truth. We have not known the good way to walk therein. But when Yah had come into our life and we given ourselves unto him, and we have desired to find him in his holiness, he has set a light on the top of a hill that beckons to the place where there is greatness, peace, comfort, and the answers to all that ail us. He has been that physician with the healing medicine that have come to tend to our wounds. He is seen fit to be that caring set of hands, that loving set of arms, that tender set of ears, that pitying set of eyes to look upon us, redeem us, restore us, show us goodness and mercy and loving kindness where no one else was willing to do so. We thank him and we are indebted to him. I praise his name, for it is not I, but it is him. He is greater than I, and I need his help, and I call upon him day and night, every day, to be ever merciful to me, to help me walk in this world, for I am a stranger within it. To guide me and protect me and lead me, mine and them that are with me and all the great congregation, his people, them that know him and them that know him not. Have mercy upon us, O Yah. Bless us, keep us, do thy will to resurrect this man that's sleepwalking, that's weak, that he may be able to stand before you and say he is strong. Give thee thanks and praise for all you have done, all you continue to do, and all that you will do for Israel and the world. By saying hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yah is right.
Yahweh is right.
All the time.
All the time.
Day and night.
Day and night.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Shall return back at 6 p.m. 1800 hours.
Y'all can eat.
I'm thinking about putting out one of the top because they not getting. There's so much going on in this right about. And war has been.
Yes, ma'am.